Hello and welcome back to Sunny Shale Gardens, located in Pennsylvania, Zone 6B. The past few weeks have been absolutely wild. I've been sick. My FTJ full-time job has been out of control, crazy busy, and I have not been able to get out into my garden for quite a while. I am dying to get out here and to start pruning up my roses. I wanted to do this over 3 weeks ago, but then I got sick and then work happened, and this is the first time I've been able to get outside and get some pruning done on my roses. But first, I want to go around and show you a couple of things that are a little bit concerning to me. We are in a drought, which is extremely unusual for my area this time of year. Normally we have so much rain, we don't even know what to do with ourselves. But it has been so dry and so windy. My plants are actually starting to suffer. And again, I really haven't been outside to even check on things until this evening, and I'm looking around and I'm starting to see a couple of things that are quite worrisome. So let's take a look at that stuff first, then we'll get into looking at roses. You can see how with this evergreen, the tips are looking a little weathered and worn and dry. Normally this has a nice deep blue color all throughout, just like in here, but the tips are really dry. So what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is I'm going to come outside and I'm going to give everything a really good feed, because I do need to fertilize everything as well. And I'm also going to give everything a very good drink of water. And this is the first time in the 12 years that I've been gardening that I have had to water my plants in the spring. This is unheard of. Let's look at what I'm calling a complete and total loss, which is my holly hedge. And that's right behind me. Let's go take a look. And here is my holly hedge. We put in these Nelly Steven Hollies 3 years ago when we created this whole backyard oasis. This was all grass, just as a reminder to everybody. And I'll link a video down below of the transformation of the backyard if you're interested in seeing that. But here are the Nelly Steven Hollies. So last weekend, my husband and I noticed that there is definitely something going on with my hollies. And I did put out a short asking people for their opinion. But honestly, I think the drought got them. And the wind got them. And I am not sure if they're going to recover. They look absolutely awful. Every single one of my hollies, I'm afraid, has bit the dust. This is definitely an unexpected surprise. I've never had something like this happen, where in the spring things just die. I don't know if they can be saved or not. Now here you can see on the leaves, I don't know if we can, but you see there's like some weird stuff on them, but that's not on every single leaf. Like this leaf is completely brown. So in my mind, this hedge is probably just going to be a complete loss. I am going to the garden center tomorrow, and I am going to be showing them a video of this and see if they have any suggestions and see if it's even worth trying to save. To be determined, but definitely such a bummer. Oh, and here comes a car. If they could be saved, great, but like I said, in my mind, they're done. So much for my beautiful holly hedge. And I noticed one other thing that I want to show you that is not wind damage and is not winter burn and is not drought. It is farm cats. I've noticed that a farm cat has been marking my shrubs, and you can see where he marked them. This is where he's been spraying, and you can see you can see how he's been doing his business. I'm not too worried about this. I'm going to be able to prune it back and get rid of this damaged foliage, give everything a good feed in a few weeks. But still, I was like, really? Now, I do love my cats. My cats were actually rescued. They were farm cats. And I actually don't mind having cats on the property because I hate mice. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link that one down below as well. Yeah, I freaked out. There was a little mouse in the little pile of mulch that we had in the driveway last year, and it scared me so bad. It was awful. So normally I don't see any signs of mice at all, and that's why I don't mind having some of these farm cats around, because it really does help the situation for the mouse thing. I'd rather deal with a cat spraying a little bit here and there, and I'm sure people are going to disagree, but this is just me. I'd rather have a cat spraying here and there versus seeing any sort of mouse at all, anywhere, ever. Now that show and tell and story time are over, we're gonna get started on the roses. I thought this evening would be a really good starting off point for me to get back outside and to get the one thing done that has been driving me bananas for the past couple of weeks, and that is roses. Okay, I think I am ready, although there's something in my glove that's bothering my finger. Okay, I am ready. Now, we are a little late in pruning these roses. That's okay. I don't see really any signs of any disease on these two roses, which is awesome. And I will show you a closer up view, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut right above a bud that is facing outwards, not inwards. Calling this one done. Now I'm just gonna move back the soil a little bit and clean up any debris so it'll be all ready for me to fertilize tomorrow. Took no time at all. I feel much better. Let me give you a better look at what I did and show you how I cut to ensure that the rose branches out and has a lot of airflow. Here's a perfect example. You can see this bud right here is facing outwards, not in towards the rose. So I cut right above that bud. And here's another example. You can see it. Right there is the bud. I cut right above it, so this will shoot out that way. Okay, next rose. It's really important to clean your pruners in between each rose because you don't want any disease transferring over from one rose to another. All right, so my 2 shrub roses are ready to go. Now this is a proven winners shrub rose called Rise Up Amberness. So it gets a pretty yellow flower on it. And while I'm cleaning this up, I'm going to share with you some exciting news about our front yard. So this year, I am doing something that I have always wanted to do, and that is getting a garden design by a professional for my front flower bed. I am so excited. I am not affiliated with Smucker's Gardens, but you all know that Smucker's Gardens are it's my most favorite garden center of all time. It is a local garden center and I love it. This year I budgeted and I finally decided that this is going to be a year that I'm going to tackle the front garden bed. I'm going to have a professional come in and design it because I have been trying to figure out how to handle our front yard ever since I moved in and I just can't figure it out. So tomorrow I'm going to go to Smucker's and I am going to get the official DIY plan of the front flower bed. Now, if you've been following me, you know that I choose a theme each year, and it's called the Garden Year of Theory. So this year, my Garden Year of is going to be conifers and evergreens. So when I met with Chelsea from Smucker's to have this design created, I told her I wanted an emphasis on evergreens and evergreen structure. So I cannot wait to see what she comes up with. I can't even stand it. I'm so excited. Plus, after we're done with that, I'm gonna buy myself some trees. Cause why not, right? It's spring. Now I am seeing a little bit of black on some of these stems. So I am going to remove all the black that I can find. And tomorrow when I go to Smucker's, I am gonna get a rose treatment. The treatment that I use, I'll pop it up on the screen so you can see what I use. And that really does help with bugs. We get, what are they called? What are they called? Not spotted lanternflies, we have them too. The bugs that attack roses and eat them. My brain is total mush from my full-time job. I have no idea. But anyway, we get said bug and they destroy roses. But I found that using this treatment, and that is something that Jenny from Creekside, she has a YouTube channel, I think it's Gardening with Creekside, and she recommended using that rose treatment once a month, and it really does work. So, Japanese beetles. I just remembered, Japanese beetles. I think this one is okay. I don't know if I think I'm gonna cut this off too, just to be on the safe side. There. Close up of this, and here's a picture of this beautiful yellow rose. She's all ready to go. All right, let's move on to some shrub roses, which is right across the way, right here. It's starting to drizzle a little bit, so we'll see how far I get. Okay, first things first, clean the pruners. This is a landscape rose, so this just stays in a mounded form. Now, I attack this in a different way because this blooms all season long. It will, once it starts blooming, it won't stop. And I trim on it quite a lot to keep it undersized. So I'm not really gonna worry about which way buds are going because this is going to be one of at least 3 trims that I give this shrub to keep it the size that I want it. They're supposed to be a little mounding shrub, but they love their lives so much, they just go crazy. Ow. Ow. No matter how careful I am, does not matter. They stab me aggressively. And it's starting to rain a little more. Try to get this plant done at least. Well, we're getting some much needed rain, but I'm really not quite sure how much rain we're supposed to get. I thought it was just supposed to be showers. But I guess a little bit of rain is better than nothing. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making this video for you. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.